Aloha and welcome to a very brief showcase of ingredients. I'm going to a barbecue tonight. I am live from Maui and I am going to use a new ingredient that I just purchased in Utah. It is Culinary Lavender. So since it's my first time using it, I picked this up at Creek Lavender Farm. Lovely story. I can tell you more information. So fragrant. They pulverize the fresh lavender. Can you get a good look on that one? It's amazing. So I'm using it for the first time for this barbecue and we're gonna make lavender burgers. So I picked up some organic beef at Costco. We do have local beef here on Maui, but I didn't have time to shop around, so I was at Costco, went ahead and picked this up. So I'm gonna go ahead and start by popping this in my bowl. And it's gonna be really quick because basically the only thing I'm doing here is adding some spices. I'm going to mix it together and then set my patties for the barbecue. So while I was in Utah, I got to visit the lavender farm and I picked up the lavender and a few recipes from Mary at the farm. She offered a lavender simple syrup recipe, a lavender butter cookie recipe, and even a lavender lemonade recipe, which is something that I did pick up while I was there, and I had a cup. It was amazing. But, and she had a few others as well. Today, I'm going to a barbecue. I need something a little bit more savory. And I need to say, no matter what you're doing, you need to be light on the amount of lavender that you use. Don't overpower it because even by smelling it, you can tell this is gonna add a ton of flavor without a ton of me having to put a lot of this inside the burger itself. So for every 1 pound of beef, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of the ground lavender. So it's not hopefully gonna overpower the flavors that I have going on. So just a little light lavender essence in our ground beef. We're going to grill it outside. In addition to that, I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit of fresh cracked pepper. And I have a pink Himalayan salt that I had planned to use, but I also wanted a little bit of a garlic flavor in here. I would put fresh minced garlic. It's probably a teaspoon of ground pepper as well. Ground fresh salt. However, I don't have fresh garlic and I don't have garlic powder, which would be my preference. The only thing I could find in the pantry was garlic salt. So I do want to go ahead and use this garlic salt to get that garlic flavor, but since it is a salt, I'm not going to add any additional salt in here. Otherwise, it would be way too salty. So 1 teaspoon, that was actually a half, about 3/4 teaspoon of this garlic salt. We have the fresh ground pepper and we have the fresh lavender, which I'm already smelling. So one reason why I wanted to go ahead and put this together is because this is a flavor celebration. I purchased the lavender in Utah, but there are actually lavender farms here on Maui. So one of my favorite lavender farms on Maui is called Aliso Kula Lavendar Farm. It's located in Kula, which sits about 4,000 feet above sea level, 4,000 altitude. So it's volcanic soil, fabulous weather. They get a lot more moisture than we do down in South Maui, which is where I am today in Kihei. So the growing season is just great. So I got to experience something similar in Utah, not wet, but somehow they had a really good opportunity, short season for growing lavender. So I'm bringing an ingredient that I got in another location, but is also part of the Hawaiian flavor profile for me. I've been inspired by the Aliso Kula Lavendar Farm for many different things. I actually used to take all my guests there to visit. So when I moved off island, I made a bedroom that was all themed after the Aliso Kula Lavendar Farm. I painted the walls lavender. I had pictures from the farm, had all my bedding in that color scheme. So when I could invite my guests to stay in various states, I still felt like I was entertaining them a little bit from this lavender farm. So I'm gonna pat this 1 pound of ground meat into 4 patties. So each patty is gonna be about 1/4 pound. And we're just going to, like I said, put it on the grill. Take a little pinch off of the other ones because this last felt's a little light, so I don't want to cheat anybody. So I borrowed a little bit of meat from some of the others. Want to make it about the same thickness on all so they can cook evenly. So here we are. We've got 4 patties. Quick little put together, spicing it up with a little bit of lavender. And one more thing I wanted to mention. Well, 2 things. I'll show you. I have 2 Maui Gold pineapples that I picked up today at Costco. There's the Maui Gold pineapple fields that are still here, but they produce much less than they used to. This is a much less acidic version of pineapple. It's my favorite. And I'm not aware that you can get it anywhere besides Maui. So I made sure to pick this up as soon as I was able to, and I'm super excited. Hand-picked ripe on Maui. Well, praise God. I'm gonna enjoy that. So it's super sweet and it's amazing. And while I was at Costco, the truffle cheese slices just really caught my eye, and I thought that this was gonna be a perfect coupling with the lavender hamburgers. So we're done, the patties are together. We're gonna have a fabulous little barbecue with some tropical flavors and a little bit of a splash of flavor and culture from my recent travels. So aloha, and hopefully I'll share some more with you at another time.